What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Daily Grind Fantasy official live stream for today. We will be breaking down and sniping all of the value for tacos on PrizePicks, as well as some other DFS apps. Let's go ahead and dive right into it. But first, I want to go over our major announcement, which was posted yesterday. We will be releasing a brand new tool on DGF later today at 5 Eastern Standard Time. This tool, otherwise known as the correlation tool, does exactly what it says. We are going to be bringing out more sports weekly at this point, but we are kicking off the correlation tool with soccer because soccer is not nerfed on PrizePicks on Underdog, and we automatically send slips straight to your email via notification. We also only release slips an hour before soccer starts. Reasoning for this is because all of the lineups come out an hour before, no DNPs, so we guarantee that you guys have slips to choose from. Correlation is the biggest edge right now for these pick'em apps. I get that they are being nerfed across the board for some major apps, or major sports rather, but right now, soccer is not one of them. So we are going to show you the best edge, and we're going to show you the most profitable slips, and we have all of this tracked on our tool as well. The slip results, all that good stuff. So the DFS correlation tool will be live at 5 Eastern Time. Again, that is separate from the fantasy bundle that we will be using today. But that's all I'm going to say about that launch, again, at 5 o'clock. All right, so if you guys are interested, look out for all of our announcements via Twitter. Also, the tutorial video for that correlation tool will be posted at 5 alongside the release. So, super excited. It's been a lot of sleepless nights recently, so I do apologize if my energy level is a little bit low. Yesterday I was in shambles when scoping out the value on all these fantasy apps, so bear with me. I'm still trying to get used to not sleeping, not only because of my six-month-old son, but also because we're gearing up for this huge release today. So, I will give you guys all the energy I possibly can have at this exact moment. All right? So let's go ahead and let's start out with PrizePicks. Today is Taco Tuesday. I do believe there's no tacos on the board right now, but that doesn't stop us from scoping out value because as far as I'm concerned, we can still find taco-like value on PrizePicks. Like, why not? Here, there is a straight-up middling opportunity on Hot Streak. So let me look over at Hot Streak to make sure this isn't like a EV, because they release random EV plays every hour. So I want to make sure this isn't like an extreme bump down to make sure this is a legitimate play. Regardless, like you should middle these if you have Hot Streak. Alicia Gray. So this one was bumped down. So this one's not true. You're allowed $10 for this slip. So let's actually go ahead and let's start out by trying to middle on Hot Streak. I know that's not ideal. I know a lot of you don't like Hot Streak, but let's try to find another play. There's not really another play. I mean, we could really get frisky here and go down to Alcantara, but let's not force anything. There's no two-man power to really pair here with the Hot Streak promo. So let's ignore this first one. Let's ignore the second one because that's the exact same thing. I'm seeing 0.2% EV. I'm not even seeing this one for Alicia Gray on Hot Streak. I believe it just got removed. Anyway, yeah, I'm seeing 22. Well, this one actually is a straight-up good play. Wow, okay. So Alicia Gray is actually a very good play on the under here on PrizePicks. On Hot Streak without being a buffed EV play per their promo, they set her line to 22.5 PRA on PrizePicks. It's actually set to 24. So let's go ahead and start out there. Why not? Alicia Gray under 24 PRA. Let's go down here. Again, we are not taking Reagan's. I will explain why here in a little bit. Venus Williams, this is a good play on SportsBattle if you want to middle this over 3.5 on PrizePicks set to 4. So let's go ahead and just jump right into it. Venus Williams, that one I know how to pronounce. One of the few I do know how to pronounce. Under break points allowed set to 4. Lambert, not a good play because, as you can see, half the industry agrees with 3.5. Let's go down. George Kirby. The market's in disagreement here as well. Mariah Jefferson, 10.5 on 2 of the 3 apps. It looks like that is a better play on Underdog. Surprise, surprise. Side Vale, and disagreements here. Henny, disagreements. Limson, disagreements. Williams, Kelly, nope. This matchup looks like a middling opportunity here, so let's hit the under 40 for another tennis play. I know you guys are thrilled about that. We're going to call this guy Thomas. Under 40. So 3 lesses to start out our slip. Jalen Hurts, some week 1 NFL action. We're going to have to take advantage of that on Underdog. As you can see, 2 of the 3 apps agree on that 45.5 rushing yards. On Underdog, set to a 7-yard discrepancy here. 57% chance to hit that over and 57% chance to hit the under. But as you can see here, we want to take just on the app where the discrepancy is the most evident. And on Underdog, that is the case there, right? Also, this looks like a really good play on Hot Streak. But again, we're looking for a 58+% play here on Hot Streak for it to be plus EV. So this is below that mark. Ryan Howard. Let's make sure this isn't a plus EV flash sale, I think is what they call them, or whatever. I don't even know what they call their promos. Ryan Howard, under 22.5 points, rebounds, or over on Hot Streak, is not a promo. Let's take advantage of this on PrizePicks. Back to WNBA we go. Also, is this positive correlation? Do these guys play for the same team? They do. So that's negative correlation. Let me just show you guys why here. Ryan Howard and Alicia Gray play for the same team. When you're taking 2 lesses on the same team, like, that's negative correlated, right? Because if we're hitting the under on a PRA for Alicia Gray, then we're expecting the other teammates to do better, right? Like, if there's less opportunities for Alicia Gray, there's more for Ryan Howard. So that's negative correlation right there. So we're taking that off. Ramondre Stevenson, another good play on Underdog, 6-yard discrepancy. Let's get past that. Market disagreements here. Daniel Jones, still set to 213.5. We're going to have to switch to Underdog after this. We're going to have to. There's some good plays. I feel like I say that every single stream. All right, we have tennis play. Looks like SportsBattle is the outlier here. Skipping past that one. And then Cheyenne Parker. We're calling her Cheyenne. Cheyenne. Whatever. Under 23. That is a different team. Atlanta Dream. It's the same team. Again, another negatively correlated play there. So we cannot play that. Robinson, another good play. Dak Prescott, again, looks good on the Underdog. We're switching to Underdog after this. Alicia Gray, Justin Steele, market disagreements here. JP France. Ooh, JP France looks good on PrizePicks. Yeah, definitely. Definitely looks good for hits allowed. It's a lot of hits. Regardless, that's a plus EV play. 2 of the 3 apps agree on the 6.5 mark. Slight juice on the under, but just enough here to make it worth it to take on PrizePicks. And then a Dota play, Charlie. Let's take in a Dota play. Charlie over 11.5. There's a slip. What taco is the best value? Did they release tacos? We'll go over that here in a sec. But yeah, here's a slip, guys. I'm going to make sure you guys can get this in. Alicia Gray, under 24 PRA. And our PrizePicks variance has not been good recently. Not been good. So hopefully we can turn it around. But that's fine because we hit a 30x. It's going to keep us profitable, right? On Underdog, complete opposite. We've been smashing Underdog. Literally smashing Underdog. That's why we have multiple apps. That's why we take advantage and we line shop, right? Hopefully everybody in this live stream is doing that. The reason why you have so many apps is because you're trying to take advantage of as much value as you possibly can. You can't just limit yourself to one specific pool of plays. Why would you do that? Why would you limit yourself? If you haven't signed up for any of these apps that we're comparing today, be sure to use code DGF for 100% match up to $100. Again, we are partnered with all these apps. Never anything negative to say about their process, their payouts. We just recently partnered with SportsBattle. That's a brand new app, and obviously you can see that there's some soft lines. But if you guys haven't signed up for any one of these apps, again, be sure to use code DGF if they are legal in your state. Legal in your state. I love the middling tool, by the way, guys. This is where I find all my value. All of my value, or at least most of it. 90% of it, I would say now. If you guys aren't using the middling tool, you're not doing it right. All right, I have the slip ready to go. Entered. That's entered. You guys should have gotten that off. All right, you want to take a look at the taco options? Let's take a look. What you guys should vote for. Somebody said they posted it already in the Discord chat. Let me just make sure. How do you correlate in esports? Again, I'll get to that question. I can only use ED or UD. That's amazing. Wish I had UD. Strongly considering moving to a state that does. Drew, I'm with you. I'm with you, man. I am with you. Always prioritize UD. All right, PrizePicks. Did they post taco voting? Let's go over it. They didn't even post voting. What are you guys talking about? Did they post it to Twitter? Ah, they did. Twitter. Okay. Pablo Lopez. So this is another way to tell how good plus EV plays are, or what you should be voting for. Let's take a look. Lopez from 6 to 4.5 strikeouts. So right now his line is set to 6.5 on with pretty heavy juice on the under, but his line is set to 6 here on PrizePicks, right? So if we discount this from 6 to 4.5, like it's favoring the under already at 6 slightly, but again, that's probably not the best play. Again, it's a 51.44% chance, or 51.09% chance to hit the under here. So that's the reasoning why we wouldn't favor that one, assuming that the other options are better. So the next option here is going to be Justin Steele. Again, like if they're not plus EV like before or even close to it or favoring the under, why would a 1.5 strikeout discount really move the needle that much? It will technically be a good plus EV play after the discount, but is it the best option you can vote for? Justin Steele, even worse of a play, right? Even line set to 5.5. Right? So moving it up to 6 and then discounting it back to 4.5. Like this is real. This is actually closer to only a 1 strikeout discount. Does that make sense? Right? So I wouldn't vote for Justin Steele. Right now, Lopez is actually the better option. Hopefully they're all not this bad. And then Corbin Burns, over pitcher strikeouts. This is slightly favoring the over. Near even line set to 6.5. So you're really getting closer to a 2 strikeout discount. It's like 1.75 strikeout discount, but as you guys can see here, slightly favoring the over at 6. So obviously, if you have another 1.5 discount there, that's a really good plus EV play. So Corbin Burns, really good play, at least the best one so far, in my opinion. Creamer, Dean Creamer, right? 5 to 3.5. Slightly favoring the under. The best option is going to be Corbin Burns, in my opinion. Now, it looks like Dean Creamer is leading the charge here. And, it's really funny to see this because a lot of, casual sports bettors are voting on this. So, yeah, we're going to go to Underdog here in a second. I want you guys to see this. I have no idea what the box scores look like, but if we take a look at this pitcher, a lot of people just look at the last 5. I'm curious. Is he 5 for 5 in the last 5? If he is, that's why he's leading the charge in terms of votes. It's actually not. Okay. I respect it. Is it a good matchup? Hold on. Who's he playing? Yeah, the White Sox, right? Like that's probably why people are favoring that. Like again, the sportsbooks already take all this into consideration. So again, like nobody's going to vote for Corbin Burns because he only hit the over in the last, 1 out of 5. Anyway, we're going off on a tangent here. We're sniping value. We're going to get back into it. Let's go to Underdog. That's where the moneymaker has been lately. Let's switch back over to the middling tool. Make sure we haven't missed out on any crazy PrizePicks value before we move on. Gray, Lambert, Bale, Hurts. Yeah, no. We haven't really missed out on anything. So let's switch gears. Let's switch over to Underdog. And let's look for some middling opportunities because we saw a lot of NFL. I know that excites you guys. It excites me. Disagreements here. Gavin Williams. I don't really want to take anything on Fliff right now. Yeah, let's get past all these. Austin Riley in agreements here. Mariah Jefferson. This one is bad. This one is off on Underdog. We're taking the under 12. No doubt about it. I mean, this is pretty straightforward, right, guys? So if you look across the industry, the entire industry is pricing this closer to 10.5 points. But on Underdog, the near even line set to 12. So why would you take it on the other apps when obviously the mispricing is on Underdog? Like, that makes 0 sense, right? To take these on the other apps, take the under at least. Yeah, that's pretty straightforward. Mookie Betts, Daniel Jones. I did take this one already. Now, it looks like the parlay play number has gone up a little bit. I believe it was set to 193. However, it's very clear that this is off on Underdog. So I'll double dip here. Might as well take the under 213.5. And then Christian McCaffrey, another one that I took. This one has already gotten bumped, but you guys can take again. I'll skip past this one since I already got the better number. I believe I got it at 85.5. Yeah, 85.5. Nick Chubb. Yeah, I mean, look. 83.5, 90.5, 88.5, 92.5, 93.5. This is realistically closer to that 90-yard mark. Why would you take it on any one of these other apps when you can take it on Underdog? We're taking the over. Who doesn't like a Nick Chubb over, right? Like, who doesn't? Oh, no. Oh, I thought he was gone. And there goes Mariah Jefferson. So, as you guys can see, clear market discrepancy, right? Like, you guys in the live stream have been taking advantage of this value. Mariah Jefferson just got removed. I cannot enter her, right? So that's what she said. I'm going to get rid of that pick, and I'm going to move down the line here because obviously we can't take it, but that's the beauty. You guys are observing the market with me. That's the beauty of taking advantage of these lines. Mac Jones, under. I believe I got this one at 231.5. Let's go ahead and just make it an all-in NFL slip here. So let's go to Mac Jones. I already took it. Let's double dip here. None of these are negatively correlated. Let's go ahead. I'll wait a couple minutes for you guys to get off that slip. I mean, it's an NFL slip. I mean, like, what better way to start this live stream with a UD NFL only slip, right? Under 213, Nick Chubb. Over. Chubb's the only over. And then Mac Jones. TJ's not a fan of that one, but it is what it is. We follow the data. And I got that one off. You guys should have been able to get that one off. And for anybody who hasn't taken advantage of those, I mean, more the better here. Is the middling tool good even if I only use PrizePicks? Yeah. I mean, it's good to compare across the industry for these DFS apps. Pablo, I totally encourage you to take advantage of more DFS apps, though. Please, please, please don't only limit yourself to one DFS app. That's never recommended. Never, 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 never. Right? I have 10. I have 10. Hopefully you guys have 10 as well. All right, let's go. Let's keep going. So Derrick Henry. So again, 87.5, 93.5, 93.5, 94.5, and then 97.5. Theoretically, you could middle this on Thrive. They look the most off in terms of the under, but the over looks fantastic for Derrick Henry. Who doesn't like a nice Derrick Henry over, right? Why wouldn't you? Let's start out a slip there. A lot of fun stuff going on. And then we saw this one earlier, Jalen Hurts over rushing yards. This one's obvious too. And who doesn't like Jalen Hurts overs? I mean, Underdog's given us so much to root for in week 1. 38.5, 45.5, and 45.5, right? Very obvious discrepancy is on the Underdog. If 2 of the 3 apps agree, right? We're not saying that he's going to hit the over. We're saying based on the data, based on the people setting the lines, people who are a lot more smarter than everybody in this live stream, including myself, are setting these projections closer to 45.5. That's all we're saying, right? Like, use this market knowledge to your advantage. That's all you guys need to do. It's not rocket science, right? You're just following patterns. You're just comparing. Hot streak is off again here. George Kirby. Ramondre Stevenson over 51.5. Perfect. So this would have been positively correlated with Mac Jones because passing yards under are correlated more with rushing yards over. Don't know if New England's going to be in an opportunity in this game to be running the ball a lot, but you guys get the point. So technically, you could pair this Ramondre Stevenson over with a Mac Jones passing yards under, and that's fantastic correlation. I believe Underdog allows you to do that. I'm going to wait a second for you guys to get this off. And again, all this will be baked into our DFS correlation tool. Literally picking slips for you guys. The most optimal slips will be sent directly to you and posted to our pages. Like, we're literally going to be changing the game with this correlation tool. I'm so excited. I have gone through many sleepless nights thinking about this, marketing this, sending emails about this, and I was able to get that slip off. Another week 1 slip secured on Underdog. I mean, so much value on Underdog, so much to be happy about here. So much to be excited about, guys. All right, so disagreements here. Barrios, disagreements, 4.55. Zoc, off here on CSGO. We're switching gears and going CSGO. Zoc, under 39. Disagreements here. Looks like the value is going to be on SportsBattle. Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert over. Another NFL play. Herbert. Over. I feel like these guys are doing this on purpose at this point, right? They have to be. And then Tua, I believe I've already been taking a lot of Tua lines. This one's not the most appealing, but it's still right in that range of being plus EV. I haven't taken Robinson. Let's go to Robinson. Just because I haven't taken them. You guys can take Tua. And you can even knock out the CSGO play and make them all NFL plays again, but here's another slip. I'm going to go ahead and enter this right now. Right? Does that make sense, guys? Are you following the data? Like, do you guys have any questions? Again, the whole point of these live streams is to snipe value. Like, obviously, I wouldn't be here if we weren't. But I'm showing you guys my exact process, and I want you guys to, like, learn how to observe the market. I am a profitable sports bettor long term. Have made a lot, tens of thousands of dollars this year so far. And this is all I do. This is all I do. I just observe the market. I just observe the market. And again, like, doing this, observing the market, can be a full-time job. Like, you guys can make so much money just by sitting in front of your computers, observing it, and taking advantage of this. You took Robinson at 63.5. Congrats, man. That's awesome. Yeah, 66.5 is what I'm getting at here. 5-man for today. Yeah, we'll be looking at PrizePicks again here soon. I want to refresh the board here because Underdog value pops up like all the time. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Ooh. This one's not too bad here. Acuna. Austin Riley. Mookie Betts. Julio Rodriguez. Not that good. Yeah, I mean, there's not too much more. I didn't take McCaffrey earlier just because I had already taken him at 85.5. But you guys can take McCaffrey. Fantastic, right? Like, there's a 12-yard discrepancy here. Fantastic value. Fantastic. Nick Chubb just took him. Mac Jones. I don't think we're missing any more here. MLB, man, not too much to be happy about here. But who cares? Who cares about MLB, right? I'm done with them. I'm over MLB. Just took Herbert, Tua I can take advantage of. And for you guys to be taking advantage of plus EV plays for Underdog, again, make sure that these 3-man slips are non-insured. Because 3-man non-insured slips pay out 6x based on their payouts. When you compare that directly to PrizePicks, they only pay out 5x, which is why we're able to go down and select these 55% plus fair odds and take advantage of them on Underdog. Same exact thing can be said for Jock Market. Jock Market has elite payouts. They get the best of both worlds. Let's actually switch gears here. Actually, let's not, because I don't think there's actually that much value. Yeah, no. They offer a lot of even props, which is fantastic. I haven't been able to find too much value, though, recently. And they don't have NFL props right now. So, switching gears back. But yeah, Jock Market, elite payouts. You guys need to sign up for Jock Market as well. All these apps. Let's switch back to not seeing too much else here to take advantage of. SportsBattle is another one. Switch back here real quick to PrizePicks. And see if we missed anything. Jordan, Canada. I like to cross-reference to see if they have. So plus 100 on Bovada. This looks to be a better play on. Where is she? On Hot Streak. Yeah, this is a good play on Hot Streak. You know what? We can actually make a Hot Streak slip real quick. Alicia Gray, because we middled this earlier. Let's actually switch gears here. And again, this is my exact process. If a value gives me, or if an app gives me value, I'm going to take advantage of it. Gray on Hot Streak. Take the over. Alicia Gray over 18.5 points plus rebounds. Take the over. I got that at 1.82x. And then on Hot Streak, I can take the over. Are these two playing for the same team? They are not. Courtney Williams. Over 5.5 assists. I got this at 1.76. $3.2x. And I took the over Alicia Gray 18.5. And I took the over 5.5 assists. Very easy to make slips over there. You're looking for 58% plus plays. Over and over. Boom. And again, that was a Hot Streak plus EV promo, and they offer them once every hour, and they just discount random players. It's one of the best promos in the industry. So if you haven't signed up for Hot Streak, be sure to do so. Since it was a promo, I was only able to put $10 on it, but $10 turned into $32.10. So 3.2x right there. Boom. Perfect. Identified that, and I middled that on Underdog earlier. Or sorry, on PrizePicks earlier. PrizePicks. I can also take advantage of Canada here. This is the better play on Hot Streak, but there's not another player to pair with, so I'll skip over that. Yeah, I took advantage of all these earlier. These are all good plays. Again, on Hot Streak, I'm curious. Does PrizePicks have any good plays right now for WNBA? Because it looks like a lot of lines are dropping. We're going to skip over UFC just because that's this weekend. And I took advantage of all these fantasy scores. If you guys want to do this with me, we can. I also want to save some value for when we get the tacos. That's another thing. All right. Let's switch gears here. There was definitely some value on SportsBattle. So again, I'm showing you guys my exact process. Let's switch over to SportsBattle real quick. And let's do it. We have 2 tennis matches to take advantage of. They've been shoveling good value in our direction here on SportsBattle. The optimal slip on SportsBattle is a 5-man attack, is what they call it, or a non-insured slip. It pays out 20x. Minus 122 implied odds per leg. And again, the way you can see that here is through the drop down. You can do this for any one of our optimizers, but a 5-pick non-insured. So these are the only 2+ EV plays. Let's start out here, and then we'll switch over to the middling tool. Jordan Thompson, under 38. Did they really just remove that? No, you gotta search this guy's name. Bodick, we'll call him. Under 38.5 total games. Emil. We are taking the over 37.5 games. First 2 plays there. And then we're switching to the middling tool, right? Switching to the middling tool. I'm on the wrong tool. No market discrepancy there. No market discrepancy. Actually, SciVale over strikeouts looks good. So slight juice here on the over, like barely here on Fliff, but all these apps here are set to 5 or 5.5, which is great. You can even middle this on Hot Streak, but slight edge here on Hot Streak. So anyway, let's go. Let's take SciVale over strikeouts on SportsBattle. It's actually not that bad of a play. And again, one of the major benefits for having SportsBattle is that there's not as much volume, right? So the bumps don't happen as often as they do on PrizePicks. So Blinkova over on SportsBattle. Blinkova. That's women's tennis. Make sure you're selecting the right sport. Blinkova over points, break points 1. Over 4. And then 5, 6.5, 6.5 over market disagreements. Kelly, market disagreements. Alcantara, disagreements. Venus Williams, we can middle this as well. We already took this on PrizePicks. Over 3.5, break points 1. All right, so that's a 5-man non-insured. Boom, got that off. All right, so that's a 5-man non-insured. Again, we are taking these 2 total games plays, and then we're switching over to the middling tool, and we took Blinkova over 4 breakpoints 1. We're taking Venus Williams over 3.5 breakpoints 1, and then we also took SciVale over 4.5 strikeouts. And that is a 5-man non-insured, pays out 20x. So if you put in 20, you get 400. Yes. 5x your money. That is the optimal slip. And each one of these DFS apps have different optimal slips. That's why we're doing different slip types for each one of these apps. For Underdog, it's 3-man non-insured or 5-man pick insured. For PrizePicks, it's 5 flex or 6 flex. For Parlay Play, it's 6-man insured. I sound like such a nerd. For Jock Market, it's 3-man non-insured or 5-man flex. And then this is dynamic payouts. Boom Fantasy is like very odd. They're like dynamic / fixed. And then Vivid Picks is the same exact thing. We need to talk about Vivid Picks at some point because there realistically is so much value to take advantage of on their app, but their payouts make it very, very confusing. Anyway, I'm not going to spend too much time unless you guys want me to, but they actually have some really soft lines and really good payouts. You just have to understand the format. Like it's like a headache to talk about from my perspective. So anyway, we just took advantage of SportsBattle. SportsBattle had some decent value, but we ran dry there with the 5 picks. Underdog Fantasy, let's check back here with the middling tool and see if there's any more. I feel like there's always value to take advantage of there. NFL, gotta love it. Christian McCaffrey's still there. Nick Chubb's still there. Mac Jones, Derrick Henry. Sock, we took advantage of. Yeah, nothing really there. Let's actually switch to the optimizer. I want to look at Underdog Fantasy from the optimizer perspective. I don't think I've done that yet. some more plays. Acuna and Rodriguez look fantastic. And Rodriguez looks like he's just very aggressive in general here on Underdog. We can do that. Let's take advantage of Julio Rodriguez under fantasy score. Under 11. They're always super aggressive. Acuna, I get it. He just erupted playing, and also Justin Herbert just got bumped. So that's good if you secured the value. Acuna just erupted for his last matchup last night against Colorado. Don't let recency bias sway you. Follow the data. Follow the data. More times than not, he's going to hit the under in this exact same situation. And then George Kirby under fantasy score. Kirby against Oakland. So prayers for that. Not going to be the most fun sweat, but we follow the data. We follow the data. Boom. I was able to get that off. No correlation whatsoever. So I want you guys to also understand. Hopefully Rodriguez is playing Oakland too. That's funny. I didn't even realize. They're on the same team. All right. So another thing to explain here is the way that we come up with fantasy scoring is if we head to the tools here, we show the raw fantasy scores based on the multiplier that Underdog gives these fantasy scores, and then we add up the near even player props on DraftKings and Caesars because they're the only apps that really provide all this data for us to observe. And then we compare the market projections with what Underdog sets a fantasy score to. So based on DraftKings near even lines, we're saying that Julio Rodriguez's average fantasy score should be set to 8.6 opposed to 11.5. Huge discrepancy, right? Same thing for George Kirby and Acuna. Same thing for him as well. Set to 11 is what he should be set to. Okay? We usually see fantasy scores get removed pretty quickly too. So let me know if you guys see that get bumped. Let's switch back to PrizePicks. I want to wait for this taco, but I don't want to wait too long. Let's look at middling for PrizePicks. Also, do we have any idea when this taco will go live? No, not live yet. Let's take a look here. Ooh. SportsBattle. Mariah Jefferson just got posted here at 4.5 under assists. As you can see, Hot Streak and PrizePicks agree with the 3.5 number. SportsBattle, not so much. We might have to switch back over to SportsBattle if we can find some more plays. We might even want to do a two-man here to secure this value. Let's take a look. Rated Venus Williams. Canada, not so much. Canada was the better play on Hot Streak, I believe, earlier. Jalen Hurts. McBride looks good on Hot Streak, kind of, sort of. But as you guys can see, all I'm doing here is observing the market. Ooh, Tyler Anderson hits allowed. Yeah, I mean, there's not too much left here on PrizePicks. Just scanning the market, that is. Brittany Griner looks off here on PrizePicks. But yeah, there's nothing really. I already took that earlier. Teledon, 6. I think we can do it. I think we can do it. Let's go back up. Yeah, I think we can do it. I want to make sure. The only annoying part is I have to confirm that these players aren't a promo on Hot Streak. I know Courtney Williams is. Let's search up Elizabeth Williams. That's the only annoying part when directly comparing to Hot Streak. Hopefully that makes sense. Like, these guys are purposefully discounting these players, so like They're obviously not a plus EV play on PrizePicks unless you're middling. So Elizabeth Williams is actually not. So under... She just got bumped. She just got bumped on PrizePicks. I mean, on a hot streak. Oh, wait, no, she didn't. I'm looking at the wrong app. I'm sorry. So, yeah, Elizabeth Williams is great to take advantage of right now. There's that one PRA discrepancy. Let's go ahead and take the value where it is on PrizePicks under 19.5 PRA. Agula Mike, I think that's how you pronounce her name. Under PRA. Let's search her name on Hot Streak. And she's also not a promo, so that is good. Under 30.5. I don't like the correlation there. So this is like very slight negative correlation. Like if Elizabeth Williams is not getting PRAs, then everybody else on the floor should be, right? And obviously, Agula Mike is. Don't like that. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Did we take Blinkova under breakpoints 1? I don't think we did. So we can do that. We can do that real quick. Under 4.5. Barrios, Stevens, 6'6", 5.5. Obviously not that great. There. Ooh, Ryan Howard, under 5. I always like double checking the market here to make sure it's actually a good play. The market just might be completely disagreeing with this. Yeah, I mean, like, near even line set to 4.5, so. Oh. Yeah, but it's still plus money, actually. Yeah, so that's, like, really not that good of a play. The best play would be hitting the over. Yeah, hitting the over on SportsBattle. If that makes sense. Yeah. Yep, that would be the best play on SportsBattle. Tyler Anderson hits allowed looks good. Not really. Better play would be under on... Is that Hot Streak? That's Fliff. Yeah, Fliff. Justin Steele. George Kirby, not that good. Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones over 195.5. This one's tricky. So listen to the reasoning here. On parlay plays at the 198.5, obviously PrizePicks has the softest projection, but Underdog is clearly too high. Again, you technically can middle this. This is a softer projection, but Underdog is the clear outlier here, which is why we would take that play on Underdog, if that makes sense. That one's tricky. This one, I don't expect to be that very straightforward. Now, if this play was set closer to like 203, right, the middle, then it would be technically the best way to optimally take that play would be hitting the over at minus or at 195.5 and the under on 213.5, right? Since like that would be the most accurate projection at 203. But since there's two plays that are really closer to like to 195, the best play would be hitting the under at 213, if that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, and Dak Prescott, I mean, this one's straightforward. Like the outlier, we already took it. Did we take advantage of that on Underdog? Dak Prescott? Did we? Or sorry, Daniel Jones. Why did I just say Dak Prescott? I saw Dak Prescott in my head. Sorry, we already did. Oh, because I did see Dak Prescott. Yeah, this one's right below the mark, right? Like that yard difference isn't going to be enough to really move the needle. We're literally looking at plus EV plays on Underdog being higher than 54.95% for three-man slips. So that's like pointless to take that one. because it's literally 54.95 fair odds, if that makes sense. Griner, I know I'm talking a lot through this. Yeah, let's take the under for Griner at 27.5. Hopefully that's not negatively correlated. We're really forcing a slip now, so that scares me. Well, not really. We took a... Elizabeth Williams is a really good play. Griner, under 27.5. No negative correlation there. Cobb, market disagreements Kershaw. Market disagreements Alicia Gray. Plays for Atlanta Dream. I believe we don't have an Atlanta Dream player, but negatively correlated with Brittany Griner. See where my head's at, guys? And then Charlie, we already took earlier. Deladon. Yeah, I mean, like, that's not really a good play. The better play would be... Yeah, I mean, like, that's not a good play. That's really forcing it. But, again, it's very low. This guy's not a bad play. Diozera. Yeah, we'll take the under 18. Map 1 to 2 headshots. That one's straightforward, right? That one's pretty straightforward. All unders. And then last but not least, JP France we took in the last slip. Copper, not that bad of a play as a last piece. Let me make sure. Well, no, they don't have a PRA market on the sports books. So, yeah, we can do that. Is there positive correlation there? Chicago. No correlation whatsoever. So that's fine. And I think that's the only under. Copper. Over. There's a slip. Let's get it in. That took that was a long process. Elizabeth Williams. Williams. Gosh, I have to go through so many tabs. You guys have probably been doing this. You probably already got it off. Let me know if you were able to. A lot of research went into that slip. I can tell you that. My version of research. Griner. But this is a full-time job. It really is. Like, we've been on stream for almost an hour now, guys, and we've put together, like, what, 5 slips, 6 slips? Like, the volume will be there by the end of the day, assuming that you're doing this consistently. And then last but not least, Copper, the only over in the slip. Under, over. Boom. There it is. All right. So let's go ahead and sign off, but I want to answer any questions that you guys have. Any like broad overview questions, because again, the entire point here is to educate you guys, because that's the whole point of me streaming. Before you move on from this play, could you stop for a sec on this slip? I think I gave you a lot of time to enter the slip. Any parlay picks? Yeah, parlay play usually has a lot. Again, I always make this mistake of not prioritizing them. I guess I should next live stream, but there's usually a lot of plays, like especially for WNBA. Maybe not NFL so much. Yeah, because again, we saw all the discrepancies there with PrizePicks, and the value was on Underdog. Yeah, so maybe not so much right now, but there usually is. Pacheco, better play on on Underdog. Yeah, so not too much right now, but usually there is. Is it better to do $5 slips for tacos? I have a $5 unit, or 125 slip. Ryan Jones, yes, and they're all $5 slips if you can. And there are as many $5 5 flex slips as you can to maximize your upside, assuming that there's plus EV plays to do that. how many slips would you recommend placing per day? So it totally depends on the amount of plus EV plays on the board. Like, I can only work with the value that I'm given. You can only play the cards that you're dealt, right? So right now, I entered as many slips as I humanly possibly could. That play looks great on Hot Streak. So it really just depends. As many plus EV plays for the optimal slip type on any app that you're playing. To answer your question, sometimes 20 plus, sometimes 5. Yesterday, I literally had like less than 5 slips. I also wasn't doing this 24/7. So anyway, I can any more slips. Yo, what's up, Juiced? What's going on, man? For the last slip, Copper and Williams are same team. How is that possible correlation? Oh, did I screw up? And Chicago. But this is positive correlation. Positive correlation. This is I'll end on this exact topic. So for NBA, WNBA, for any basketball, okay? FIBA yesterday was released on the optimizer, by the way. If Elizabeth Williams is going to go under, not do well in this game of 19.5, like we're taking the under, right? If she's not going to do well, everybody else on that court should do well, right? There's more opportunities for points, assists, and rebounds organically. It's not the most, it's not extreme positive correlation, but there's some positive correlation with Copper doing well. At least her chance to do well and hit her over for 23 goes up if Elizabeth Williams' chances go down. So that's why those are positively correlated. No, they're on the same team. They're on the same team. But you guys see how that works, right? And if they were in the same game, regardless, the mindset still applies. Like Jason Tatum over points and Jaylen Brown over raw points are negatively correlated because they're two superstars. If Jason Tatum goes off for 50 points, that means Jaylen Brown probably isn't going to, right? Like the chances decrease on him going to hit his over, if that makes sense. And again, there's like you technically can take 2 overs from the same team and it's slightly negative correlated. Like if there's an extreme discount on Jason Tatum, like for instance, like, okay, take an extreme example, right? Like, this is a great example, actually. Oh, shoot. Did they get rid of Dak? No. Dak Prescott over yards. Like, obviously, he's going to hit 0.5 yards unless something drastic happens on the first play of the game and he gets injured and his career's ended, right? Or season. Like, obviously, you should take, if there's a plus EV play on the board of CeeDee Lamb over 73.5 yards, like, you should take him in that sense, right? So it depends on the discrepancies, really. But, like, obviously, him hitting over 0.5 yard or usually Dak Prescott hitting over in yards and CeeDee Lamb hitting under yards is negatively correlated. So, yeah, sorry, I said that backwards. So hitting the under on CeeDee Lamb obviously would like none of this. There's no correlation regardless because Dak Prescott is set to 0.5 yards anyway. Said that backwards, but you guys get what I'm saying. Like because this discount is set to 0.5, like that shouldn't dissuade you from taking the under of CeeDee Lamb. Yes. How do you guys decide your unit amount per slip? That's a very good question. Very, very good question. 1% of bankroll. 1% of your bankroll. That's very hard to hear for a lot of people. If you have $500 on your PrizePicks account, no more than $5 should go on each one of your slips. That is a good rule of thumb to have. The reason because on 6 out of 6 slips, even if you're selecting plus EV plays, you're only going to hit 6 out of 6 about 4% of the time. If you're only putting 1% of your bankroll, then you're going to get through that negative variance based on that math, that discrepancy in the long term. It makes sense, right? Like you're not going to hit 6 out of 6 that often. You're just not going to. So 1% of your bankroll, 1. I'm at a point where I don't play by the 1% rule. I just put on a certain amount because I'm able to play a certain amount. And I just kind of let my unit size go up as, I'm able to grow my bankrolls. So, but I know that I'm never playing more than 1% of my bankroll. So, if that makes sense. Anyway. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Time's up. Thanks for hanging out with me and sniping value. NFL season's almost here. DFS correlation announcement at 5, along with the tutorial video on how to use it. Stay tuned. With all that being said, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Cue the music. And we are out.